Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm back with a documentary review. And last week when I was reviewing like a bunch of new stuff the ABC has for that fun and games, like Holy Moly, and then they had two revamped things of game shows. I was happy to see Pressure Luck and Card Sharks. Christopher Sposa sent me a link. Then you gotta see this movie. It was about the scandal that happened on Pressure Luck a long time ago. Now I remember reading about it. I think it was an issue of TV Guide. I think I remember reading one of the magazines, or they used to have a TV Guide that came with our cable a long time ago, and that was a dollar for the magazine, but it had like all the channels and stuff. I think we had that. It might have been in that. I can't remember. I remember reading that. Now this happened on May 13th, 1984, and like I was in school. I didn't know any of this stuff that happened. That might have happened whenever the quiz show movie came out or something like that. They interviewed that guy from there on Good Morning America and what happened. And I guess he was a guy that just thought, he was smart enough, or he was trying to like do a get rich quick schemes. And he had a whole bunch of, when he was unemployed, he got like a whole bunch of old TVs, and he started watching them. It's kind of like on Taxi, whenever who was it that I think Christopher Lloyd had all the TVs and they were watching all the shows and stuff, different shows and stuff, and he had something like that. And he was looking for something to try to make some money, and he saw the Pressure Luck, and he goes, "Yeah, that's it." And I guess what must have happened was he memorized the board, kind of. Well, he'd go through patterns and stuff, because it was switching patterns, because this was back in the 80s. And I didn't know that they said there was a Game Show Network brought the show back in early 2000 called Whammy Pressure Luck or something like that. I didn't know about that. It was all now, and ABC brought it back just recently. And it's all computerized now with everything completely at random. But I mean, back then it was like they did it completely different, even though it was cutting edge technology for 84. But they didn't have enough patterns in there. And the guy must have caught on to it, and he could concentrate to where he could find out which, there was like two squares that never had a whammy in it. Whenever that one square would pop up, he would hit it like this. And he won a bunch of money from the network. And then they were talking about, well, maybe this guy cheated and stuff like that. We shouldn't give him the money. But I mean, he won it fair and square. He beat the system. He said that guy cheated. Well, I mean, some of the people were on the thing, the guy cheated. I don't think he did at all. It's really a fascinating movie. And they had like the two other contestants, but he passed away because they said like, the guy passed away, and like there was two other contestants. And they had them on the show and stuff like that, and on the movie and stuff, they talked to them. And it was really a fascinating film. It was really fascinating. Because he earned that money. He won it fair and square. And then I think on, some people were commenting and said they're trying to make the guy out to be a bad guy. I don't know if he might not be the most likable guy, but I mean, they said he wasn't a bad, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of messed up, But I mean, as far as the Pressure Luck stuff, yeah, he definitely won that money. And he knew how to play the game. And I think it's really an interesting story, and they show a lot of footage, and the unaired footage from the two-part, was the first, only two-part thing. Because they said, like, that Peter Tamarkin, who narrates the show, who also hosts the original one, said that if you wanted to make a lot of money, you want to go on a game show back then. I mean, unlike the way they have game shows now, they said they'd probably give out in one day maybe $40,000. You probably want to get a price much higher than that no matter what. But I really enjoyed the show. It's a lot of fun. I want to thank Christopher Sposa for letting me know about the show. It's on, I almost said Netflix. It might be on Netflix, but it's on YouTube. I think it's a production of Game Show Network. Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. Mostly it's like the episode of the show. And then they had like a thing where they freeze it down and see how his eyes look. I think we're all in the zone like that when we're concentrating. We hit Everyone's like that, you know. They're specifying him, but I bet everyone's in there concentrating, trying to see what, and then hitting the button. You know, it was really interesting. I give it a 10 out of 10. So I want to thank Christopher Spose for being so kind to tell me about this. Until next time, bye, please. Kimberly.